right, guys, so I wanted to take a quick second to do a rundown on these GTX series turbochargers. While we've always had the Garrett GTX series available, we didn't really stock them. So, we've had a lot of calls for these, so we really invested and jumped in. We're stocking the GT55s. We've got housings in stock. We've got the super cores. And I wanted to actually physically show you these and give you a little bit of a better idea about what goes into these turbos. Now, as always, guys, we do big truck performance here. So if you've ended up on our video and you're into cars, Pro Street, whatever it might be, this will still have a lot of intel for you, but my experience is in the big truck world, so your Caterpillars, your Detroit, so take that with a grain of salt. Let's talk about these two turbochargers here. The one that we have as the super core is the 85 millimeter GTX5533, and this is the 88 millimeter. So this GT5533, 55 is the frame size, and 33 stands for the overall diameter of the wheel. So even though these are different inducers, they're both 133 millimeter overall diameter, which that's where the 33 comes from in the GT55. 55 frame turbo with 133 millimeter overall diameter wheel. Now, as far as inducers, you can get this in an 85, you can get it in 88. It also comes in a 91, a 94, and a 98. I picked up these two specifically because I think the 85 is going to do great on like a 14 6-liter Cat with a good set of injectors behind it, and the 88 might be a little bit more well suited for a single setup on an Acert 15.2 liter. As far as the exhaust wheel, all of these turbos are going to have the same exhaust wheel. It's going to be 112 by 102 X-Deucer across the board for these turbos. And as far as housings, you can get them in a T6 or you can get them in a V-band. The V-band comes in a 1.24 AR and a 1.40 AR, and the T6 comes in a one size smaller. You can get it in a 112, which is what we have here. Then you can also get it in a 1.24 and a 1.40. And I know you'll say, hey, they're all V-band. No, what I'm referring to here is the actual footing of the housing. You can get this in T6 or a V-band. The exhaust outlet where the exhaust pipe would go is going to be V-band regardless. That's a flat face 5.116-inch V-band flange. So while we normally only do journal bearing turbos here, the GTX series is a dual ceramic ball bearing turbocharger. And while ball bearing has normally not been used in the heavy duty market, Caterpillar has been using Garrett's ball bearings on their SDP and their LEE C15 and C13s with no issues back in the late 2000s. So this design is that same bearing design, so there's no reason why these shouldn't live a very long service life on your heavy-duty diesel application. Now, while we do a lot of BorgWarner S410SX journal bearing turbos, you can see that these are much larger. But due to the fact of them being ball bearing, even with the larger turbine wheel and the larger inducer on the compressor wheel, you can still expect similar spool up on something like this as you would an 8145 because of the ball bearing construction will allow this turbo to spool much faster. Just think about it. I mean, there's far less restriction. When you spin this thing, it just keeps spinning. Whereas on a journal bearing turbo, there is a lot more resistance because of the design. Guys, I hope this video was helpful. We are going to have these turbos here in stock. They're going to be on our website. We're going to offer them as the super core, or you can buy them as a complete with the exhaust housing. The exhaust housing does come with the clamps to put the turbo together if you buy them separate, so don't fear about that. Or if you buy them together, we can assemble it for you. That's not a problem. We're going to do some testing. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with these. I'll tell you right off the bat, guys, these are a lot more expensive than what we normally use, from the BorgWarner. I mean, these are probably double the price, but I really think that the ball bearing is going to make it a lot more efficient. While these won't be for everyone, it's only going to be a select clientele that these turbos are really going to be applicable for. I think these things are going to work. And special shout out, Tyler Davis. I've been asking him a lot of questions because he's one of the first guys I know to use these on a Caterpillar. Great resource. You should check that guy out. He's doing some really cool stuff with GTX series turbos on his own Caterpillar build. So Tyler, thanks for the help getting us started here, and I hope we can do some cool stuff here. Guys, thanks for watching. Please feel free, leave a comment below or shoot us an email. If you give us a call, I'll probably never call back because I don't know the password to my voicemail. So make sure you talk to Steven. He'll come find me. Guys, thanks so much. Take care.